See, it's not that hard. First, make sure you have your equipment ready. Yes, there is an old school trick of throwing the caramel in some ice water and see if it hardens, but to me, that's not accurate enough. This is the time when this bad boy comes in handy. Damn it, these thermometers are Next, you'll need to have a baking sheet lined with wax paper. We know that sticky stuff doesn't stick to wax. Finally, you'll need some craft sticks or lollipop sticks. The thicker, the better to hold these heavy apples. Another tip to remember is to make sure you don't have anywhere to be for at least 20 to 30 minutes. You can't leave the caramel alone when we start that process. First step is to wash your apples. Next, dry them off. Nothing is going to stick to a wet apple. I love using Granny Smith apples for making caramel apples because the tart sourness of the apple goes great with that rich sweet caramel. I'm going to place these on a tray or a baking sheet. Just use a paring knife to remove the stem. It should pop right out. Next, stick your craft stick or lollipop stick right where that stem was. It's not supposed to be difficult. Use a little bit of force. Apparently I'm not strong enough. We need this to look real easy. You can use your paring knife to get the hole started to help make the stick easier to go in. Next, we're gonna chill these in the refrigerator while we make the caramel. If the apple is cold, it will help the caramel stick better later. Now it's time to make the caramel. A lot of classic caramel recipes start with white sugar. I like to use brown sugar. It helps get to that perfect color sooner. 2 cups of brown sugar, a stick of butter, sweetened condensed milk, corn syrup. I like to add a couple pinches of salt, and that's all that goes in now. We'll add a little vanilla at the end. We're gonna get this going over medium heat. You're pretty much gonna be stirring the whole time. Try to keep the sides of the pan as clean as possible. Keep most of the caramel down at the bottom. You can start by melting your butter and sugars together first, but as long as you're stirring everything constantly, you shouldn't have a problem if you put everything in at the beginning. Now that everything has come together and is nice and melted, starting to simmer just a little bit, I'm gonna put the candy thermometer in. And we'll let it do its thing. We're about 180 now. You wanna get to about 240, 245, where it's getting into the hard ball stage. That way it's going to set up nicely, but it's still gonna have a little bit of chewiness to it. If you get to the soft crack stage, you've gone too far. Smelling like the fair. I'm gonna show you the super simple hack way right after this. I feel like it's gotten too hot. It got too hot. Damn it, these thermometers are Okay, I've removed it from the heat and I'm going to stir in a little bit of vanilla. Let me warn you, it will bubble up just a little bit. Time for the apples. Okay, my apples are nice and cold, but what you wanna do is dry them off one more time because a little condensation might have built while they were in the refrigerator. Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. Let some of the excess drip off or drip down. Just hold it up for a couple seconds so that it doesn't all fall off. And we're gonna place it down on our wax paper. Your first couple might be a little thinner in coating than the last couple, and that's because the caramel starts to cool off really quickly, so you do kind of need to work quickly. A great thing that I saw is you can make your caramel ahead of time and then just keep it on a low crock pot, and the kids can dip their own. It's a fun little food craft. There's something about doing things the classic way, but don't forget, I'm gonna show you the easy mama way in just a minute. So if you wanna add a little crunchy coating to the bottom for just a little decoration or because you like the perfect bite, then get some toppings ready and we're gonna roll them in the toppings before they completely set. I'm a classic girl, so I like to go for the peanuts. I might have waited too long. Just failing with this one. Halloween festive sprinkles are cute. Oh yeah, that one's mine. They're already setting up, but they're still a little sticky to the touch. So to finish the setting process, you'll want to refrigerate them just a little bit longer. See, it's not that hard. As promised, a much easier, more updated way to make these caramel apples, especially if you're making them with children, using caramel candy. Y'all, it's this plus a little milk, and you've got that whole process that we did before. Add them to a glass measuring cup. This is gonna help the dip process later. To that, you're gonna add just a couple tablespoons of milk and head to the microwave. We're gonna microwave it for 1 minute, give it a stir, and then hit it for another minute or so. That's what I'm talking about. 2 minutes, and we have caramel sauce. Give that a good stir to be sure it's all one smooth sauce. And we'll grab our apples. Okay, dry your apple off. These are cold. And just do the same process. If it starts to slide off really quickly, then your caramel's a little bit hot. You can just let it set up for another minute or so. That's what I'm talking about. No matter which way you choose to make your caramel apples, they definitely bring out the fun of fall. Can that just be it?
Yeah, that's good.